With me tonight, host of TMC The Show and TNF Wrestling. Say hello, Thaddeus Smith.
What's going on, everybody?
Thaddeus, what have you been up to?
Same old stuff. This penis guy, though, right? Like, and you have to wonder, did he get slapped in the side of the face with all 3,000 of them? Because that one eye looks like it's been taking some abuse.
Well, what do you think about that? Have you seen the picture?
I didn't see the picture of it, and I'm glad I didn't actually.
Picture a guy that looks like he got smacked with 3,000 penises in the same spot.
Oh my gosh!
It's not a incorrect description.
What do you think here? Sociopath of some sort, or
let's get a little background on this, all right? Let's get a little background on this. The FBI was investigating 54-year-old Dave Murray, who was implicated in an organ trafficking network. What they found were 3,178 embalmed dicks. According to FBI spokesman Andy Ramirez, there were shelves everywhere filled with hundreds of glass jars. Each of them contained a penis floating in formalin.
H.H. Holmes, anyone?
I picture, you guys watch Futurama? Where they have the presidents and just the president's heads?
Yeah.
Set up, but just all dicks.
But did they talk?
Shelves of dicks as far as the eye can see.
He explained in great detail how he'd been cutting off dead men's genital organs and collecting them for more than 10 years. It took more than 7 hours to collect all the copies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They were pulling cups and jars off of shelves for 7 hours.
Well, you can't just take them off all willy-nilly.
Sounds like a great job.
It sounds like the only way you can take them off is all willy-nilly.
Fun, how was your day? Don't ask.
What do you do if somebody drops it and that spills on you? Like that's like, that's like cock juice.
Yeah. You're fucking formaldehyde and dick juice all over you.
All over you, right? I mean, what is that?
God.
So now
you're sounds like a nightmare.
Caught in your nose. You're gonna have nightmares about that forever. The smell's gonna get caught in your nose. You know, like when you go to the strip club and you smell the hooker for 3 days.
And like no matter.
Oh yeah, it's just like that.
and no matter how many showers you take, there's still sparkles on you.
Yeah, that's only it's dick.
Yeah, it's like little dick speckles all over your fucking hands.
Hold on, Walt's face. I didn't get it quick enough. Walt's face said it all right there. He had an agonized look.
You should have froze it right there. It was like
I should have. It was actually exactly that look.
Man, that's horrible.
Organ trafficking, thing going on, right?
Like, so what was he doing?
Is there
people over and say, "Hey,
yeah, like people call up and like, hey man, you got any spare dicks?
Right. Hey, I'll trade you 3 of these small white ones for that big black one up there.
And if he's sitting there with shelves of dicks, is there somebody else sitting there with like shelves of fucking balls?
It's true. What did he do with that? Or were they
That's true.
Right. Was it separate?
Like he obviously was
vaginas.
Yeah. Like he obviously was
shelves of vaginas, and they should meet.
Mm-hmm. You needed a couple extra clits. I got you, bro.
Have a play date.
Like was it the top shelf?
Assembly required. Each sold separately.
Did the top shelf have the penis and the bottom shelf have the balls?
You have to wonder.
Organization, come on.
7 hours worth of dicks.
It's like
and you gotta label them. It's got to be like Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit Triple Z.
Actually, I think Walt has a video called 7 hours worth of dicks, and it's one shit.
I've seen a couple gangbangs like that. Oh my god. It's pretty crazy.
You talk about language.
It's pretty nasty.
I love watching it.
I mean, there was one where this one girl, I think her name was Houston.
Yes.
And she had fucked like 500 guys or something like that. And after a while, they were just like getting guys off the streets and asking them to do it.
Yeah, she was going for the record, right? The Guinness World Record's biggest gangbang or whatever.
Biggest gangbang, and she ended up doing I think 600 guys, because the last 100 were coming off the street. They were like lining them up.
Yeah.
So classy girl right there.
Oh yeah. Well, you gotta admire though, right? She put her mind, to something, and she went with it.
She's goal oriented,
Yeah.
You gotta hand it to her.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually
looking forward to reading them. Yeah.
My favorite part of Comic-Con is the independent comic guys or some of the guys that are like on Artist Alley. And they're just sitting there and they're doing sketches and they're selling prints and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big like autograph guy.
Right.
I went to a while back Kevin Smith book signing when he came out with his latest book, and and it was like one of those like sit and listen to him talk, whatever stories he wants to tell for about an hour. And then get
like
your book signed
evening with Kevin Smith or whatever.
Yeah. So and it was in a Barnes and Nobles in the city by I think it was, and it was cool. And, dude, he's just like this earth guy that just happens to be fucking rich and famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I was wearing a Han Solo shirt, and at the it's like Han holding his gun or whatever, and at the bottom it's like, damn right I shot first. And I remember when he signed the book, he looked at my shirt, he's like, oh, cool shirt, blah 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 blah, and he keeps signing or whatever. So, and I tell you, man, he was taking time, like selfie after selfie after, with all these different people or whatever.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
The thing that struck me about him that was like really cool is, we're all strangers to him, right? So, but he would take a selfie, and some, a couple guys would, come up to him and they would share some story really quick, about like, I guess how he changed their life or whatever. And, he seemed to take it to heart, and he ended up hugging a couple guys. Like he ended up like really like a legit embrace, like it felt it meant a lot to him that people were saying that. So that was cool.
Suspected that about him.
Yeah,
like he's a hugger. He's a hugger. Yeah,
he likes to embrace men. Yeah.
I think his brother's gay. Actually, I think that's where all the gay jokes come from. I think he said that a long time ago, that his when he does a gay joke, movies, he's actually saying hello to his brother. So it's a tribute.
Yeah, and that's all these like fucking horror celebrities and pissing off fans or blowing them off or whatever. And it's nice to see that somebody that like you legitimately like anyway because of their films or their whatever, their attitude or something. And then when you meet them, they're just fucking super awesome,
Right.
And you could tell from him that, and look, I'm not going to sit here and say that like nobody's ever met Kevin Smith and had a bad experience, because obviously,
yeah, that's true.
Shitty day at any time, but like
a couple stories, but yeah.
When I met him, trying to grab my cock.
Because
No, I never met him.
Months are out.
I never.
Bad things happen. But like the one time I met him, your story there. Like anytime you've ever seen him, like legitimately, he seems like he's a good dude, like a down to earth, fucked up by the fame or anything kind of thing,
Right.
Like especially when you hear him talking, fangirling over somebody famous, and I'm like, dude. You even realize you're famous, So It's nice. I don't know, humble or this or that or whatever you want to, adjective you want to display to him. But yeah.
Right, exactly. He's just he doesn't forget that he's from, just some guy from Jersey,
He's a unique individual. He's a good dude. And like the other thing I like about him too is like, you ever watch like his, Evening with Kevin Smith or more importantly, sometimes like the smaller interviews he does is, dude, he's like one of those guys, like, have a dream and go for it. Doesn't matter if you fucking fail or not, or what people think or what people say or what. Just fucking follow your dreams and good shit could happen to you.
So did you hear about the mob of Ronald McDonald's invading Burger King?
I hate fucking McDonald's. It makes me shit within 20 minutes of eating it, but
every time.
This is fucking brilliant. Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Yeah,
and don't
for days.
I say I hate McDonald's. I fucking eat a Big Mac in a heartbeat. That fucking thing is still, even when it's made shitty. But
I'm going to be eating a Big Mac tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every Friday I take the kid for McDonald's on the way home from school. So
okay.
Yeah, if she's not an asshole all weekend. So yeah, so I'll probably be eating that, and then probably about 1 or 1:30 at work, I'll get paid for about 20 minutes to release my Big Mac.
Nice.
It never fucking fails.
It's the cycle of life. It's like
literally
like Lion King. In fact, I think like a Disney movie, when I'm releasing my Big Mac, there should be like soundtrack music, like I don't know, Elton John should be singing a song while I'm taking a shit. No,
what's he sing? What
you feel the
something
shit
really romantic
right now?
Nah, he's singing Rocket Man. He's singing Rocket Man.
So, So a gang of 15 men in Minehead, England, all dressed as Ronald McDonald, burst into the local Burger King chanting, "You're shit and you know you are." This is what we were talking about the last time on the show. This is, we were talking about the Elvis thing and the chicken. They actually fucking did it. They dressed up as Ronald McDonald. They stole me Burger King. Oh, it's funny.
Now a group of guys should get together and get those creepy Burger King outfits. Yeah. To fucking run into a McDonald's.
Yeah, you can have your burger wars.
Let's make this
and have a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like fucking gangs in New York, only fucking Burger King and McDonald's.
I would like to see that. I would like to see a gang of Ronald McDonald's fight a gang of Burger Kings with like whips and chains, with like chains, like dirty weapons, clubs with nails stuck through it, like a bat with nails stuck through it.
Like what was it, Anchorman, when they fought? Like one guy just had like a table leg.
Exactly.
Real fucked up shit.
But if that were to go down like that, though, like that, what would Wendy do?
She'd be gangbanged. Hey, ever had 3,000 McDonald dicks in you?
I have.
I hope that's not what's in the McRib.
Oh man, I'm so glad I don't eat McDonald's.
I just saw that they knocked down the White Castle on Sunrise Highway.
Oh really?
Yeah, the one in Rockville Center. I heard they knocked it down. I saw it.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize.
Nothing.
No.
What are they putting up in its place?
Fuck if I know, but now there's no more White Castles in any neighborhood you can actually go to.
Yeah.
It's actually one on Northern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
The one on Northern is still there.
I guess you can still go
Northern
there.
and Bell.
Yeah.
Northern it's decent. Yeah.
They actually, I remember I was more like a kid, like old enough to kind of know, but not old enough to really whatever and have this be an issue. But there was actually one closer to me Because of that, because it was just like fucking shitty people hanging out at night outside of White Castle, and that's why they fucking closed the store.
But that was the beauty of it. Is that
started
at 3 o'clock in the morning when you were shit faced.
Mm-hmm.
What was open? Fucking White Castle. They're always open. Yeah. And the thing is, because the grease in the burgers, if you were loaded and you ate those burgers, the grease would coat your stomach, so the next morning you would wake up throwing up all over the place. But it worked. They had a niche. They had a great niche. People who are loaded and needed something to eat when nothing else was open, and they only had 48 cents left in their pocket after drinking all their money away. You know, it was a perfect setup, and they'd always get you too, because the burgers were like 35 cents a piece, 41 cents a piece, whatever the fuck it was, and
right.
You know, so the burgers 41 cents. Somehow every time I walked out of that place, I spent $12. I don't understand.
Yeah, because you sit there and go, "Oh, these fucking things are, these things are tiny. I need at least 50."
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not how it works.
Have you ever tried that?
Uh-huh.
I have a hard time looking at Thaddeus, knowing what he used to be, and thinking that he hadn't tried the 50 White Castle burger thing. They had a 50
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got the cute. You know me. I love putting sacks in my mouth.
Horrible. I wasn't even thinking that. That's terrible. He just
like suitcase thing now.
Hey guys, by the way, I like sacks in my mouth. In case you wanted to know.
Pick a side.
In case you were wondering, if you're thinking about it, so am I. Horrible.
It's just dicks and sacks all day today. Dick, sacks, and gangbangs.
Well, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. If it's a gangbang, there's probably going to be 3,000 cocks.
You just don't want White Castle sex at a fucking gangbang though, because then shit gets messy.
It's too much grease.
Everybody slip sliding and shit.
That's
what I love from White Castle now is the fucking chicken rings.
The chicken rings, yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, chicken rings. You can't go there without getting chicken rings, for sure. But they make the best chocolate shake, too, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The thing I still know though, because a buddy of mine worked at McDonald's and he used to piss in the fucking shake machine. So, like anybody who ate at McDonald's.
Yeah, I can't even think about that shit because then you fucking just kill yourself because anything could be done to anything at any time if we're worried about that kind of shit,
But like when like your first day that you meet the guy, he says, "Yo," the first thing this dude says to me, this is a long time ago, obviously, but we were kids, but first thing the dude says to me, "Don't get in the shakes. Don't get the shakes at McDonald's." First thing the kid ever says to me. It was at work, don't get the shakes at McDonald's.
Okay. They're just forewarning you.
Yeah, and then the story comes out, but that's the thing that's weird, like he didn't tell me the story right afterwards. It's not like, don't eat the story, don't do this because of this, and then goes into it. No, it was like,
okay, so you're sitting there for a few weeks thinking like, oh shit, why not? What happened?
Like weeks later that he tells me about this. Like what actually happened, why you can't eat the shakes and get the shakes at McDonald's. So I mean, fuck.
Dude was like, what the fuck is it? So this is not a fucking isolated incident for him? Does he piss in it every day? Is this like a ritual for him?
As the story, it's like one of those
at least
jokes, like it's for what I understand. I mean, I say it's as if it's still currently going on. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they made it a tradition. It's like, you ever seen the movie Waiting, the penis showing?
Yes.
Game? Yeah, it's like their penis showing game. It wasn't just him that did it. It was a number of people there on a consistent basis.
Oh,
it was as if one of those things like, yo, fuckface, it's your turn. You didn't piss in the fucking shake today. You didn't piss in the shake today. It was your turn. Hey, fucking Rich. When was the last time you pissed in the shake machine? You're up, dude. Don't be a bitch. And these are like 17-year-old kids, And and they work at
Don't be a
McDonald's.
pussy,
That
bro.
has to suck.
Don't be a pussy, bro. Just fucking Mark did it yesterday.
Like, there can't be any part of working in McDonald's that's cool. There can't be. You know? Except for pissing in the shake machine. That's the coolest part about working.
Mhm.
Yo, McDonald's sucks, but you know what? You fucking drank my piss.
And he fucking, the fucking customer was all fucking shitty to them. He goes, you know what? From my mistake. All right, I take full responsibility. Can I give you a complimentary shake, please?
Exactly. Exactly. Yo, that's fuck. I used to be a bigger asshole than I am now. All right. But like,
Oh,
I worked
shit.
my first job. I'm my asshole. My first job was working as an expediter at a restaurant in Manhattan, right? And my father ran the place. So the bartender at the place used to talk shit about my dad all the time. Fucking always talking shit. But he used to talk shit about everybody. It wasn't just isolated to him. He was just one of those guys.
Okay, yeah.
If you weren't in the room, he was talking shit about you. But I'm a dick. I like to
Nice
do
guy.
asshole things. I used to do shit, so fucking. We used to have a family meal where, the chef would cook something and we'd all eat together in between the shifts.
Mhm.
So we'd be serving the stuff. And so I take this guy's chicken and I throw it on the floor. I step on it and I start kicking around at the table. I step on it and I put it back in this plate. And the servers knew that I did this shit. So the guy sits down and he starts eating his chicken and everybody's there. And I say, hey, Danny, how's that chicken? And he says, it's good. It's good. And they all start fucking busting out laughing. I don't even remember how I got on that story.
Nice.
Yeah. But how the fuck did I even start telling?
I was gangbangs and McDonald's and waiting and back down to 3,000 dicks. Probably why.
I don't know. I have no idea how that even came up. We'll review it later on in the videotape.
Oh, these wormholes are going to be something that just happened. You're gonna get someplace and you're gonna get to a point and you're like, oh fuck, what was my point again?
I don't know if I have a point. I think I'm just a rambling ball of useless information.
Right.
As long as it works.
That's the problem. It doesn't.
as long as you make the people laugh, honey.
As Richard Pryor used to say, whatever makes the people laugh, say that shit.
Yeah, so when I went through all these things earlier, they seemed like a good idea. But as I'm looking at them now, I don't feel like talking about any of that shit.
For you folks.
Sometimes that's just how it goes. I'm sorry. And I think that has to be our show.
And to down the fourth wall just for a second, if anybody ever sees this, as outtakes or bloopers, as we fucking famous, is fucking John emails us like 15 stories or something, just like, hey, take a look at these, see what you did. So we did 13 stories that he's looking at. Fuck all these.
Well, yeah, well, fuck. I don't know. Was there anything other that you want to talk about right now? It's like a big
plenty of shit that I could take or leave. For me, it was all about the fucking 3,000 dicks. The guy that got slapped on the wall.
Fucking horrible. I mean, there was in there that Brad Pitt left his grandmother die alone, and she died of flesh-eating disease. Fucking horrible. But I don't know that I blame him. She's like 95, right? Okay, so Brad Pitt's a dick, right? Because his dying grandmother says, "Oh God, come see me. I'm dying one last time." And the family begs him. He says, "Fucking no, I ain't going there." And then he says, "I ain't going to the funeral either." All right, so he's a dick. But fucking, if she's 95, you're gonna go get flesh-eating disease from her? I'm sure
that's what I was gonna say. He's gonna be the last one laughing when his entire fucking family dies of fucking, AIDS of the skin, and
exactly.
He's over here fucking a millionaire still.
I'm not sure, but that might be my worst fear. Flesh-eating disease. I mean, that's got to be fucked.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Come on, come save me. Fleshy disease, fuck you. Burn that fucking house down.
And plus, he doesn't want to give it to his 7 cats or kids or whatever the fuck he has. So
well, I don't know. He beats them all though. The cat doesn't give a shit. He never saw a cat he want to fucking kill. I don't know. I mean, what kind of? I mean, he's a vicious bastard. Doesn't even go see his grandmother while she's dying. Come on.
Fucking piece of shit.
What a piece of shit. No wonder why Angelina Jolie fucking divorced him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was why.
Did you hit? So I don't know if how many of these you could fucking believe, or what's confirmed or not or whatever. Oh, there was a fucking rumor, or just a plain old fucking way of thinking that he was living in the guest house, which is fucking bigger than all of our fucking houses combined, probably.
Right.
Basically, him and his buddies just hanging out playing video games. Do you really think you're fucking punishing this dude, Angelina?
All right. I know. He's happy for
what
it.
hell this guy must be going through. Still fucking rich as shit. Still has his fucking looks. And he's playing video games with his buddies in a mansion that you call a guest house.
Doesn't she understand that the only reason why we want to make that much money is so that we can play video games with our buddies in the guest house?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's fucking made it. And she thinks he's being punished.
The reason why I want to do this show and like be like a writer or an entertainer for a living is so that I can fuck around with my friends.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to come up with stories.
That's the fucking dream, right?
Exactly. Like you watch The Walking Dead or fucking Breaking Bad or any of those shows, right? It's not one writer that writes it. It's a team of writers. It's like 10 fucking people. Maybe some of them it's even more. It's like 20 fucking people. It's a shit ton of people, right? To me, I don't see why I can't have my team of writers drinking beers and playing video hockey.
Mm-hmm.
3,000 dicks in a row.
Yeah.
In a row? Try not to suck their dick on your way to the parking lot.
37.
Yeah,
I think the best part of that fucking that whole scene too is it's a fucking great scene. Is the one guy that walks in? He's like looking at the magazines. He's like, "Hey, try not to suck any dick on your way to school." He starts walking outside. He's like, "Hey, fucking you! What are you doing?
Come back here."
37.
It's funny though because it's kind of that whole movie is kind of like what we do here. It's not really any different. The entire movie is is literally what we're doing right now. Only they have them having the conversations in different locations, but otherwise it's the same.
Right.
It's just 2 or 3 people talking shit. The whole movie.